I'm Warren Schneckenburger.
And I'm Christine Schneckenburger.
We farm in Eastern Ontario at Cedar Lodge Farms. We're located just outside of Morrisburg along the St. Lawrence River. My grandparents, they immigrated to Canada from Germany in the early 1950s and actually met in Canada on what at the time was a very rural farming community on the corner of Steeles and Yonge in Toronto. That's where they met, got married, and moved here to Eastern Ontario, where my father and mother built the farm up quite substantially, and now Christine and I are farming with them here, carrying on the legacy.
Your dad's been very supportive of all the changes you've wanted to make.
Dad was one of the early adopters of no-till. We had our first no-till drill in, I believe, 1986 through a soil and crop major grant. But that slow burn, learn as much as you can before jumping in, as I believe I learned from him and him through his father, Martin.
So you guys are, from a provincial perspective, early adopters in strip-till. I'm just curious, how did you first learn about strip-till, and how did you first make the jump into it?
I think I first learned about strip-till probably through news or ag publications. Never really paid much attention to it until the Innovative Farmers put on a bus trip to the National No-Till Convention that would have been back in 2011, I think. And that was the focus of that conference was very strip-till heavy, and it really opened my mind and my father's mind to that hey, this could work for us, and that's when I learned about it.
What made you, after you learned about it, what made you actually make the jump into it?
It wasn't a jump for sure. It was a very slow, cautious, learn as much as you could process for us. It spent probably 5 years networking and researching as much as we could on mostly listening to the mistakes of others to not repeat the easily avoided errors that many strip-tillers make. But yeah, it was definitely a slow process.
So given your experiences on your farm, how do you think strip-till would affect, or adoption of strip-till would affect the province's soils, from the province in general and across all of Ontario? And do you think strip-till contributes towards more sustainable production for corn or other crops in the province?
Yes, I do believe that if strip-till were to become widely adopted across the province, it would for sure have a positive benefit to the soil health, soil integrity, and at least if I don't know if you will completely eliminate soil loss in the province. I'm not even sure true no-till would accomplish that, but certainly I do believe the net soil loss the province is currently experiencing with a predominantly conventional tillage culture, I think it would definitely be improved. We're still doing tillage in a strip-till. It's maybe 30%. Some of the newer units are probably closer to 25% of the total field areas being affected. But still, by leaving that undisturbed row middle, water infiltration is improved. Nutrient cycling, nutrients should stay in the field better if we're keeping the soil. I think if we could get widespread adoption, it would definitely be a net positive to the province.
Kind of going back in your shoes when you first made the jump, or like you said, kind of slow transition into strip-till, or thinking about it, what would you say to a grower who's kind of on the cusp back where you were in those days, thinking about it a lot but hadn't quite made the jump yet? What would you say to them now, given your experiences with it for a couple of years now?
I'm a big believer in community and networking, shared experiences sharing information. It's definitely benefited me, and I think I get as much out of sharing information as receiving it. I would certainly recommend anyone who's thinking about making the change, first of all, just do it. And second of all, find someone locally, but also someone not locally who can look at your situation with an unbiased eye to help you not make errors. That community and the networking has really helped our transition be very smooth.